In the quaint town of Meadowbrook, life moved at a gentle pace. The town was known for its close-knit community, picturesque parks, and charming old buildings. Among its residents was Emily, a young woman with a heart full of dreams and a spirit as bright as the morning sun. She worked at a local bookstore, where the scent of paper and ink mingled with the soft hum of conversations. Emily's life was simple yet fulfilling. She spent her days surrounded by books, finding solace in their stories. Her evenings were often spent at the local cafe, sipping on her favorite chai latte while sketching scenes from her imagination. Despite her contentment, Emily longed for something more, a deep, meaningful connection with someone who understood her. One rainy afternoon, as Emily was lost in the pages of a novel, a man named James walked into the bookstore. He was charming and charismatic, with a smile that could light up even the dreariest of days. Their eyes met, and in that instant, something clicked. They struck up a conversation, discovering shared interests and passions. It wasn't long before they started dating, their relationship blossoming like the flowers in Meadowbrook's gardens. Emily and James quickly became inseparable. They spent their weekends exploring the town, attending local events, and enjoying each other's company. James introduced Emily to new experiences, and she, in turn, showed him the beauty of a quiet life. Their love felt like a fairy tale, and Emily believed she had found her soulmate. One evening, James surprised Emily with a candlelit dinner in the park. As they sat under the stars, he took her hand and looked into her eyes. "Emily, I love you," he said softly. "I can't imagine my life without you." Tears of joy filled Emily's eyes as she replied, "I love you too, James, more than words can express." They made promises of a future together, filled with love, adventure, and endless possibilities. Emily's heart soared with happiness, believing that nothing could ever come between them. However, as time went on, Emily began to notice subtle changes in James. He became increasingly distant, often canceling plans and making excuses. Emily's heart ached with worry, but she chose to trust him, hoping that whatever was bothering him would pass. One day, while cleaning their shared apartment, Emily stumbled upon a series of text messages on James's phone. The messages were from another woman, filled with flirtatious words and intimate plans. Emily's heart sank, and her hands trembled as she read each message. The realization of James's betrayal hit her like a tidal wave, leaving her breathless and broken. That evening, when James returned home, Emily confronted him. Her voice quivered with pain as she held up his phone. "Who is she, James?" James's face paled, and he stammered, trying to explain. "Emily, it's not what you think. She's just a friend." "A friend?" Emily's voice cracked. "Friends don't send messages like these. How could you do this to me?" James hung his head in shame, unable to meet her gaze. "I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't mean for it to happen. I was weak." Emily's heart shattered into pieces, and tears streamed down her face. "You betrayed me, James. You broke my trust." The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion. Emily moved out of their apartment, seeking refuge in the comfort of her best friend, Sarah. Sarah offered a shoulder to cry on and words of encouragement, reminding Emily of her strength and resilience. Emily decided to focus on herself and her passions. She threw herself into her work at the bookstore, finding solace in the stories that surrounded her. She also rekindled her love for painting, using her art as an outlet for her emotions. Each brushstroke was a step toward healing, a way to process her pain and rediscover her sense of self. One evening, while attending a local art exhibit, Emily met a kind-hearted man named Daniel. He was an artist, with a gentle demeanor and a deep appreciation for the beauty in life. They struck up a conversation, and Emily found herself opening up to him about her experiences. "Life has a way of testing us," Daniel said thoughtfully, "but it's how we respond to those tests that define who we are." Emily nodded, feeling a sense of connection with Daniel. They continued to spend time together, their friendship gradually blossoming into something more. Daniel's presence was like a soothing balm to her wounded heart, and his unwavering support helped her to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just as Emily was beginning to find her footing, a twist of fate brought James back into her life. He reached out to her, asking to meet and apologize for his actions. Emily was hesitant, but she agreed, hoping to find closure. They met at the same cafe where they had shared so many happy moments. James looked remorseful, his eyes filled with regret. "Emily, I know I hurt you deeply, and I'm truly sorry. I've realized what a mistake I made, and I want to make amends." Emily listened, her heart conflicted. "James, I loved you with all my heart. Your betrayal cut me to the core, but I've learned to be stronger because of it." James nodded, tears welling in his eyes. "I understand if you can't forgive me, but I needed to tell you how sorry I am." As they parted ways, Emily felt a sense of relief. The encounter had given her the closure she needed, allowing her to fully move on. She realized that while James's betrayal had hurt her deeply, it had also led her to a place of greater strength and self-awareness. With James behind her, Emily embraced her future with newfound determination. Her relationship with Daniel continued to flourish, built on a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual admiration. They supported each other's dreams and celebrated each other's successes. Emily's art gained recognition, and she was invited to showcase her work at a prestigious gallery in the city. The exhibition was a resounding success, and Emily's paintings received praise for their emotional depth and beauty. Daniel stood by her side, his pride and love evident in his eyes. One evening, as they strolled through the park, Daniel took Emily's hand. "I have something to ask you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Emily looked at him, her heart pounding. "What is it, Daniel?" Daniel smiled, his eyes shining with love. "Emily, will you marry me?" Tears of joy filled Emily's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Daniel, 1,000 times yes." Emily and Daniel built a life together filled with love, laughter, and endless adventures. They traveled to new places, created beautiful memories, and supported each other through life's challenges. Emily's heart, once scarred by betrayal, had healed and grown stronger, a testament to her unwavering will and the power of true love. In the quaint town of Meadowbrook, Emily found her happily ever after. Her journey had been marked by pain and betrayal, but it had also led her to discover her inner strength and the beauty of genuine love. And as she walked hand in hand with Daniel through the streets of her beloved town, she knew that the future held endless possibilities. Their love story was a testament to the resilience of the heart, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, love and hope could prevail. Emily had faced her darkest moments and emerged stronger, ready to embrace the bright future that lay ahead.